Maniac here, reminding you to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on that notification bell. Now let's get into the video, Maniacs.
Hello, my little maniacs. This is your host, the Maniacs Gaming, coming at ya with another State of Survival episode. And in today's episode, we are starting another new mini-series on the channel. But first, let's give it up for our sponsor, BlueStacks. Once again, guys, I am sponsored by BlueStacks. If you want to see some awesome games that you can try to get for your PC through BlueStacks, check them out. There will be a link down in the description. Click that, go to BlueStacks, download a free game. Not only get a free game for you guys, you also get the chance to help support me and the channel. So definitely feel free to do that. And now, in today's video, the new channel we're starting, doesn't have a name quite yet of what this quote-unquote series is going to be called. It's basically, I'm going to be giving some tips, tricks, recommendations, a little bit of everything of how to start during events, or just setting up your base in general, what you should upgrade, stuff like that. So event tips, tricks, gathering tricks, all that fun stuff. And I started this because a person in my state messaged me the other day and asked, "Hey, I'm just new to the game, and I want to know the upgrade priority for these buildings." And now, I typically thought of this like, this is actually a pretty cool idea. But, you know, I do things a lot different from other players where I'm a hybrid, more farming player. And I don't really typically like to go after the enemies, but it's definitely something to check out. So, yeah, today's video will be about the upgrade priorities, in my opinion, so do not get mad at me and upset if you don't typically agree. Put your own down in the comment section, and I'll take a look at it and say what I think about it. So, just to give it started, just because I know people like the shorter videos, just to quickly go through them all, and if I remember, I'll put them up on the screen so you guys can read them. But, number 1, Hero Precinct. The number 2, your research lab. Number 3, the training buildings. Number 4, the training camps. Number 5, resource buildings. 6 is the assembly point. 7, the command center. 8 is the hospital. 9 will be your warehouse. 10 is your barricade. And then 11 is your lookout tower. And now, this is just my own recommendations list for what to upgrade. Obviously, after you get all this done, you can upgrade your HQ if you are doing it like I do it, where you go step by step. So we'll start off with, why did I put Hero Precinct first? Number 1, obviously, was Hero Precinct. Why did I do this? Just because in the early game, like where I'm at right now, each time that you upgrade your Hero Precinct, you do get a troop attack once you get higher up. So that's obviously very helpful when you get up to the stars. But then you also get you can either get more free advanced searches, and you also get an epic search cooldown, and it also does increase your battle power a little bit. And you also do unlock other hero explorer trails, hero levels. So this is just something to be able to do to be able to get your heroes upgraded faster. Get fragments to be able to upgrade your heroes, and the explorer trail also gives you fragments to be able to upgrade your heroes, as well as skill books, experience books. So just for those reasons alone, I put this very top, because I like to keep my heroes at the top of very much of where they can be. And number 2 was your research lab. Now, research lab almost did get number 1, but I decided to give it to the lovely Hero Precinct instead. Now, why the lab? Well, other than the fact that you can get biocaps for free from it, you also get tech abilities that help advance your economic status, your war status, as well as your development. So, those are just very important because you can heal your troops faster, increase your speed, increase lethality, health, economic operations such as your food, wood, metal, gas gathering, development in your settlement. Literally, you can take off so much time just by maxing out your experiments. Like, development, you can speed up construction, research, training. You can do so much. You can make it so that this will have more, so you can train more troops. This is something that I put very high up on the list just because of that alone. Because, this makes it so you can start getting ahead of the pack early on. Because if you get this up early, you can start grinding out troops faster, upgrade buildings faster, research tech faster. So, that's just something I put up very high just because of that alone. Number 3, all your training buildings. Now, why did I put them there? For the main reason that you obviously need troops to be able to defend yourself. And also, upgrading does increase your training capacity a little bit and unlocks different troops. Obviously, the better troops you have, the stronger you technically are. And also, once you get to star ranks, you can also unlock the plasma level troops, which also will have their own abilities. But troops are used for so much. They help defend your base from either other players or the infected horde if you're doing that with your alliance. It also helps you earn points in showdown, throwdown, reservoir raid, infected fiend, traps. The list goes on and on. Also, if you attack other players, you get loot. You also can use them for gathering. You can also use them on the Explorer. You can also use them for intel missions to be able to get new hero fragments, research, the experience books. So just for that alone, troops have a variety of capabilities. So I just typically love to use them. So that is why they're so high up on the list. Alright. Number 4 was the army camps. Now, why did I put these so high? Well, they're going hand in hand with all your training buildings. The army camps, well, training camps they're called, that you can use these to look up your army, see what kind of troops you have available. As you can see, I have a very small army just because a lot of my troops have been killed off due to being zeroed a few times. Happens. You can also set formations here for certain things, like if in trap, most people only use the range troops, basically everything but infantry. So you can set that up so you don't have to keep doing it at each and every time. Also tells you how many march slots you have, and also if you click the info, you'll see that it also increases your training capacity. Yay, and training speed. Again, that will help make more troops so you can gather quicker, be able to get stronger, better, faster. So, that's just something I put very highly. Number 5, I put all the resource buildings just because they're quick and easy, honestly. Like, look at this. Level 13 takes 40 minutes. I have 2, so I can get basically all these done in like a day to level 13. As long as you have the resources. And, it's free resources. Like, that's why I put it up very high on the list. I'm just, free resources are the best kind of resources, And also, if you get high enough in the economic tree with your talents, you can get this lovely thing. So, instantly collect 2 hours of production from all your resource buildings. Higher resource buildings are the more resources you can get, which affects your troop training capabilities, construction capabilities, healing capabilities, research, etc. There's just so much that those affect. Now, number 6 on this list was the assembly point. Boop. Now, why I put this here is it gives you timer help duration, timer helps increased, and it also gives you reinforcements that you can use for if someone is rallying you and you need defended, boom, you can get troops in to help defend your base. You can also use it during infected horde to help defend your base so you can last longer and get more points. It's just something that it's defense, and also you need it to upgrade that first in order to be able to upgrade the command station. The command station is the next on my list at number 7. Well, I call it the command center because it's similar, and this increases your rally capacity so you can lead more effective rallies in things such as trap, infected fiends, plague zone, etc. Depending on what you are doing, can lead better rallies. So that's something I also put up behind the list because it allows you to get different rewards and everything. Number 8, I put hospital, just because this is something important to me personally, just because you kind of need it in order to be able to heal your troops from intel missions if they get injured, infected fiend, and if other players somehow wind up attacking you, if your troops get wounded during fortress fight, etc. Infected horde, just these where your troops come. Capital fight, heal your troops, obviously. And obviously, if your troops die in your own base, you do have the enlistment office to fall back on, which is a little bit helpful. So that's always a very nice thing. Number 9 on my list, it was a toss-up between this one and the barricade, but I eventually went with the warehouse, just because it protects your resources, so you don't have to really use it. And so this is just something that I just personally like to upgrade, just for the food, wood, metal, gas protection. That way you can only have so many resources that the enemies can take from you, and be able to protect as many of your resources as possible. Next on the list, I did barricade. I mean, the barricade doesn't have much of a purpose, other than the fact that it does prevent infected from breaching your territory. As you see right there, they're trying to break in. And also, if your barricade somehow gets zeroed, whether you haven't been on and you keep getting constantly hit and burned, you will eventually, once it hits 0, you do get relocated. And so the more you upgrade it, the higher durability your barricade would have, so that way you can withstand and hold on longer. And it also does increase the infected breach time, so you have more time to deal with that. So that's just why it's a little bit higher on my list. And then the last one on my list was Lookout Tower. Since I'm not really a lovely PvPer, I don't really care for this. Yeah, it detects incoming recons and enemy marches, which are pretty good. And it also has a camo ability. But again, I'm not really into the whole PvP thing. I don't really do it, so I typically don't really care too much about this. It does have a lot of good things for defenses and when you recon others, but again, it's like, okay, it's not something that I really care too much about. That's just something that it's like, okay, it's kind of just their thing. But yeah, that's my top 11 what you should start with upgrading, just because that these are what I believe is the most important in order to be able to advance quickly. And the way I do it is, once I get all of those done, I'll then upgrade my HQ to the next level and then start over from scratch depending on resources. You may notice that I left 2 things off of this list. Number 1 being the intel post, just because that with the patch update from a little while back, we no longer have to upgrade that manually. You now upgrade that through an intel, so that you can just do whenever you feel the need, whenever you can, because it does require stamina. So it's a little bit of a different setup from everything else. So that's definitely something to look into. And then also, something I did not put, just because it doesn't have much of a purpose, in a sense, is Trade and Post. Yeah, it gives you access to the market stall and the VIP post, etc. But when you look at the description, it's not something. Make trades with other chiefs in the Trade and Post, even though it's kind of not set up yet. So that's just something that I took into account when I made this list, and I decided that just because of the fact that it's not really functional, that did not deserve a place on my list, really, because it's not used to its full intent and purpose. And I really do hope this is something that will be added into the game later so that we can actually be able to trade with other chiefs, because I can't tell you how many times I've had to go raid my buddy for resources just because I'm like, hey, I need wood. Do you have any concern? He's like, yeah, hold on, let me just dispatch my troops real quick. And then after I upgrade whatever I need to upgrade, he's like, oh, can I get food? Because you took all my food that I need. And then he raids me for the food, so it just makes everything more complicated. So this is just something like, if they fixed it, I would probably put it up higher on my list. It'd probably be top 5 if they ever get this taken care of. So that's just something that, if they ever did fix this to make it somewhat actually work, it would be something that I definitely would put higher on my list. But yeah, that is my basically top 11, what you should upgrade in what order. This is more for the free-to-play, the farmer-based player. If you guys want to see a video where I talk about it from the war side, what I think would be best for the war players, let me know down in the comments, and I'll record a video on that for you guys. But yeah, just let me know if you want that. Hit that like button. If we get to like 5 likes, I'll probably do it. I don't get many likes anyway, so 5 likes and I'll drop a video on that. And yeah, so anyway, that's all I really have for you guys today. Get ready for the daily uploads, guys, because it's coming back slowly but surely. And if you haven't already, hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. 5 likes, I'll drop a video on what I think the war players enjoy upgrading the most. And subscribe if you haven't already. 500 subscribers, I'll start teasing what I'm going to be doing for 1,000. And drop a comment with your suggestions for the next video if you have any questions or concerns. And as always, I will see all of you guys later. Stay crazy, fam.